Okay, so now we are gonna have a little ATC project going, and I put it off to the side for a bit because I gotta get some parts for it, I think. But got a 72 Honda XL 250, runs okay. Starts a little hard, so it's been sitting. So I'm gonna take the carburetor apart, clean it up. Can't hurt it. It's just gonna make it run better. And yeah, show you how we do that. All right, welcome back. We're gonna take this carb off, see what kind of shape it's in. Who knows with all these crappy fuels, it's probably in pretty tough shape, but we'll take a look. You never know. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Need a regular screwdriver. Yes, I do. Okie dokie. Let's see what kind of shape this sucker's in when we get it off. All right, got the carburetor off. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. The throttle return cable is broken. Not sure what we'll do about that right now, but still seems to start up and run okay, but it's obviously not right. So we've got the carb over here. Take it all apart and let's see what it looks like. All right, let's get started here. So take this thing apart. Well, this looks in really good shape, huh? Like I don't think we need to replace that. That's I don't know if you can see that or not, but yeah, that sucker, I don't know, 50 plus years old, 53, 52 years old. Lots of people have tried to turn that with a screwdriver. It's what you get a lot of times on these old bikes, most of the time. So many people have owned them, and so many people have worked on them. Some people with less standards than others. Let's see. Oh, that's a good look. Oh yeah. That's a little corroded, crappy. So we'll clean that up, make that look better. Bowl. No wonder. Ugh. It's got a fuel filter on it. We're going to replace a fuel filter later too. So a little disassembly here, not too difficult, right? So take out some jets and clean them out really good and put it back together. Let's see. This one's missing the clip as well. There's a little spring clip usually that goes in these things. That one's seen better days. Sometimes that float for the pin for the float will get jammed in there pretty good, and got to just persuade it to come out. Let's see what we have here today. What we have here is a failure to communicate. Let's a little screwdriver too big. I think I can get a little tap on that. Let's see. Then be careful because you can break these off very easily. So now I will grab a little pair of vice grips and see if I can just turn it a little bit and pull it out. Got to go gentle with it though. You don't. Wasn't adjusted tight enough. I'm trying to be delicate on it. It's just brass, so you're trying to be delicate. Yeah, that's in there pretty good. I don't want to twist it any more than that and take a chance. Take a chance that it could break. So here's what I'm going to do. A little PB blaster on there. Let it sit for a second. And yeah, see if we can get it out. Let's see. Oh, come on, you little booger. There goes the float. That little stinker. Looks like that stinker's been played with before, that's for sure. You want to go easy on that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lube it for a second. Give it a little lube. Move on to something else. Take out the needle and let's see, in the seat, see how bad that is. Most of the time, this stuff doesn't need to be replaced, although it is easier just to replace them. But most of the time, this stuff is in decent enough shape that you can just clean it up. Not all the time, but so got seats in there pretty good. Let's see how we're doing with this thing now. It's a little bit of PB blaster on it. Make my vice grips a little snugger. I'm trying to go easy with it. Voila, there we go. Patience. I'll clean that up a little later. We got that, we're gonna let that sit for another second. Boy, that carb is pretty crusty. I'm gonna guess this gasket probably won't work, but what I'm gonna do is be careful with it. See if I can get it off without wrecking it, and then I can put it back on, maybe use a little gasket seal with it. Let's just see. Now, this looks like it's gonna break. Yeah, this gasket's seen better days. Yep, that gasket's in really tough shape. So we will not be putting that back on. That's garbage for sure. Okay, take the top part apart here. Take this cover off. Just did one of these on another XL250 about a month ago. It's actually, bike's over there still, I'm still working on it, but the carburetor's all cleaned up and good. Well, I tell you what, I got that cover off, and I'm not sure this has ever been apart before. I mean, you can see that flange right there. It's never been rehammered by a screwdriver, and same thing with that one down there. Those locks to lock in the screws. I don't know if you can see that on there, but looks like it's never been apart. So I'm going to go ahead and open those up, take that off, and slide this out so I can get the slide out, and we'll continue on our way. So I went ahead and got the seat out, no problem. That O-ring that you see right there is, you know, not in great shape. So obviously we're going to replace that. I get the main jet out. So on these carburetors, there's a little clip that goes in this notch, and it touches the bottom of the bowl. When you put the bowl on it, holds the carburetor in. But first off, that O-ring on this thing is absolutely destroyed. So, gonna get a little carb rebuild kit for it. See if I have some stuff laying around. I'm not sure I do, but I'll look. And but I definitely don't have this clip, and I can tell you that when I tried to order one for the other bike I talked about, it took me a while to find a place to get one, and I'm gonna go check to see if they have them again. It's about a $7 piece. Honda doesn't make them anymore. And there was a guy on eBay and he wanted like $49 for it. But I ended up finding a place that sold the aftermarket ones that wasn't out of stock. So I'll probably have to go and see if I can't get another one of those. Because really, that's how this should be put together. Shouldn't just stick it in there. Clip holds it in. But it's not uncommon that they're missing. So it's just weird. But anyways, we'll find out. So now that I got pretty well disassembled, what I'm going to do is spray it off with some brake clean, carb clean, get it pretty degreased. I'm going to bring it over to my my soda blast tank. It's nothing more than a Harbor Freight sandblaster with soda media in it, but it cleans everything up. It's really easy. It doesn't ruin anything. You do need to clean the carburetor really good after you're done with it, you know, so that clean out all the ports, blow it all out, wash it out, all that stuff. But we'll go do that and we'll show you what it looks like when it's done. But here's a good gist of what it looks like now. In pretty tough shape in there, pretty dirty, slimy. But we'll clean her up. See that now, how rusty the bottom of the bowl is, all that crap in there. We'll clean that out of there. We'll get that looking pretty darn good. So I got them out of the blaster. They're definitely way better, but we're gonna clean them up a little bit. Might have to do a little of the old-fashioned hand scrubbing, right? So it's full of, you can see how that's so much better. But there's still some stuff in there. So we're gonna blow it out, rinse it out, wash it out, blow it out, continue, because all these little air passages get full of the baking powder, but it's really easy to get it out. But you know, when you're done, it'll work and look great. See in the bowl that there's still some junk in there. So I'm gonna do my best to get it out of there, scrub it down with some wire brushes and stuff. See if I can't get it better than that. Sometimes it doesn't want to just come out really easy, so you get the old wire wheel on the Dremel. Let me adjust the camera here a little bit better. And we gotta be a little more aggressive with this stuff that's in there. It's already looking better. The discoloration isn't a big deal really, but you just want to make sure you're getting all the, the chunks of stuff that's in there, the debris, so that it doesn't clog the carburetor going forward. Well, welcome back. It's been over a week. I got busy with all kinds of other stuff and waiting for the carb rebuilt kit to come in. And it came in today. So we're going to get started on this. Let me move the camera down a little bit. Just a little bit. You know what I'll do? I'll move myself down here a little bit. So some of the old stuff that came out of the old one probably could still be used, but these rebuild kits are so cheap, why not just redo it? So I think in the last video I had talked about last part of the video I had talked about how I went ahead and cleaned this really good and soda blasted it and everything else. So we'll give it a try, see what happens here. Maybe it'll actually put it on the bike and it'll start. That'd be nice. So yeah, I don't know. I always use a little oil on the threads when I'm putting my my jets and the screws together. I always use Super M just because it's a premix oil. I use the premix Maxima Super M in anything that I run for 2-stroke, so it's just really easy to have it on hand and use it while I'm putting the carburetors together. Little screwdriver here. Let's see what I got. So, you put your jets in, put a little bit of oil on the threads, screw them in. Don't crank these things tight, just snug them. Otherwise you'll overdo it. You could break something. Let's see now. So the float, a little bit of oil on the rubber seal, make it go in there easier. Help if you put it in right side up. Goes in better. Oh yeah, look at that, went in better. Huh. Imagine that. Okay. Let's see now. This is from a float. Again, the little floaty goes in there, the little stop. This is gonna go in like this. A little bit of oil, at least maybe get it started, because that old one came out pretty tough. The new kit came with all this stuff, so it's great. There you go. That's in. Floats are in, needle and seat are in. Goes in really easy, actually, if you look at it. So, I mean, we're going to have to adjust that, the floats in a little bit. But this whole kit, oh boy, I bought it on Amazon. I want to say it was like $15 or something. I don't remember exactly. Also, in the previous part of this video, pardon me, I talked about the main jet is a push-in with a rubber O-ring that goes right in here. And instead of it screwing in like a lot of the new stuff, I had mentioned this clip that you can't find. And sure enough, I can't find it. So I had to take it out of one that I had, a bike. So this stupid little thing puts pressure. Oh, my compressor just started. Hopefully you can still hear me. But this little thing just pushes the jet in. And you'll see that you really should put like this. I don't know if you can see that. So now when you put the float bowl on, it pushes down and holds that jet in. I mean, it works obviously, right? So, but I am finding that those clips are either missing or they're destroyed and decayed. In this case, it was missing. So I went ahead and ordered another one, but at every place I looked at, they're all on back order. So, like I said, I just took that one out of the bike that I already had, carburetor already built. So then, let's see. Got that on there. Okay, I'm back. I let the compressor finish filling full of air so you can hopefully hear me better. So, anyways, so here's where we're at. So when you, a lot of times nowadays when you buy these rebuild kits, the gasket doesn't come in the shape of the float bowl. It's round. It can be a real pain in the butt. So I kind of warm them up and stretch them a little bit so I don't use too many curse words. And yep, like this. And then I use a little bit of gasket maker, kind of holds it in place, you know. So hopefully it doesn't move too much. I just go ahead and put a little bit around. This gasket maker isn't like RTV. It's very liquidy. So it's not like, it's almost like pouring in water, but just a little bit help hold this this O-ring in. You just kind of spread it around in there. And then what I always do is make sure there's none in here. When I do that, now we're going to try this and see if this round one will go in the square hole without wanting to jump off a cliff. I should try to get it to stay in there. Let's see. Let's see. Because you start to put it on, then it starts to come off in other sections. Wow, there we go. I almost had it, and it started to come off on this other side. Nope, see, it keeps coming off. I'm gonna have to pull it out of there and stretch it a little more. This thing bugs me too much. I'm gonna get the heat gun out. That'll stretch it. Because if you don't get this thing to stay in there, then obviously there's no good seal to the bottom of the carburetor and it's gonna leak. So a little bit of stress right now, hopefully will fix things in the long run. All right, one more time, let's see. See if I can make this thing stay before I get the heat gun out. Yep, it's not working, so I'm gonna get the heat gun out. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. You're gonna have to take my word for it that it's in there. And no small children or women were hurt during the process. And there may have been a curse word or two, so I didn't want to record that because it can be pretty frustrating. Okay, on another note, so a lot of times these little bolts that hold the float bowl on, little Phillips heads get stripped. A lot of times I go down to the hardware store, replace them. They're like peanuts. Nice new little bolts on there. With a couple little bit of lock washers. I probably don't need the lock washers, but the bowl on nice and even. There we go. So you're bound to get some of that gasket maker all over your fingers, which means you're going to get it all over the carburetor. So clean your fingers up a little bit and wipe that off because it bugs me. I mean, it's gray, so it kind of blends in with the carburetor, but okay. Air mixture screw. Good old service manual says anywhere from 7/8 to, I think I read 1 5/8 inches out. So we're going to start an inch. Tell him a carpenter. Turns. So you screw it all the way in so it's gentle, just seats. And then I'm going to back this out about 1 1/4 turns just to get it started. Once the bike is started and running, then we can change it, adjust it. Now, last video I showed you the drain bolt. I cleaned it up a little bit, but you actually can't find the stupid thing to buy it. And my kit comes with a little new O-ring for it. So it's a new O-ring on it, a little bit of the oil on it, help it seat in there better. A little bit of, and little bugger. There we go. When it's going in. I don't know what size screwdriver you would call this now to tighten this, but it's even got flat sides, like somebody tried to grind it at one point and use it, a wrench or something. Crazy. It comes with a needle. This kit comes with a new needle and new clip. I use pliers for the clip because my fingers don't work. So, you know, usually they tell you to put it on the center groove, this little clip. So that's where I always start. And you can always adjust this once it's running if you decide you don't like the way it's running. So let's see. Got it right on the center. There you go. Okay, so now I'm going to put that needle in on the slide there. Where is my, okay, there it is. I'm like looking for this. I couldn't find it. It's right in front of me. Nice. So this will go right on there like this in that groove. Perfect. Yep, then you can turn it. There's a little screw that goes down in there. So let's see if I can get a Phillips magnetic. Though I don't have a Phillips magnetic this small. Let's see if we can go ahead and get this in here. And this is going to go in like, make sure I get this in the right location. Yep. Goes like that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and get it in there with a magnet. The magnet down in there. Let's see, is it tightening? Nope. Nope. That's not going to work. Okay. I'll have to bore you through this. I'll get this. I'll be right back. Okay, so I found my little magnetic screwdriver. Helps. Let's see. So, put that on there. Get her down in there. There's 2 screws that hold this together. Now this will slide down in there. You got a slot there, so that slides in like this. There we go. Doing perfect. Perfecto. Nice. Okay. Let's see. That's for that. That's for that. That's for that. Perfect. Okay. So this is going to go in like this. A little bit of oil would be nice. There we go. It's in there nice. Then there is this retainer bolt that I talked about in the other video, or other part of this video. I keep saying other video because it's been a week. Screw this down in here. Yep. Nice and tight. Bend this flange up so the nut can't come loose. Put that spring on the throttle, right? And we got a nut and a washer. Okay. Oh boy. Guess what I forgot? That holds the needle and seat in. Guess that bowl's coming back off after all. That's why you put it all in front of you, so if you forget something, you can go back and fix it. Let's see. Not 10. It's 11. So we got this on. Get this on nice and snug. Hold on to it. There we go. Cover comes with a new gasket. I've always done this. I don't know if anybody else does this, but I always put a little bit of grease or oil on my gaskets. It just seems like they come off better in the future. It's just something I've always done. And I say little, I mean little. Like you can almost barely tell there's anything on there. But I've always done it. I mean, literally since I was a kid. I don't know if it's something somebody told me once or what. Maybe it's wrong. I don't know. But I always do it on all my bikes. Anyways. So, we got the new cover. We got the new gasket. There's a new gasket going on. Here's the cover. And here are the screws. I cleaned the screws up and I cleaned the cover up. I buffed it on my bench grinder. I have a buffing wheel on my bench grinder. And sometimes I do that stuff. Oh, I think I did the bowl on this too. It's been, like I said, a little over a week. I forgot I did that. So that's why the bowl's so shiny. I buffed it up on my buffing wheel on my bench grinder. One side on the bench grinder, I have a brass wire wheel, and the other side I have the buffer. That is something I absolutely learned from my grandfather. Grandfather was a machinist. Learned a lot of that stuff from him. And you don't have to buy expensive stuff to do that either. You can buy stuff from Harbor Freight, or I think my bench grinder is probably 30 years old. I bought it from Sears. So anyways, there you go. It's all back together. It's ready to go on the bike. Minus the part I gotta take this apart again and put it in. But so I'll do that right now, and then we'll pop it on the bike and see if this thing will start. One can only hope. Okay, so I took this back off. Just wanted to show you something. This is not straight, like it's bent, right? See, it's got a curve to it. So the curve goes up, and there's a slot in the seat right there. And when you put the screw in, it keeps pressure on it. That way there, it doesn't come out. I might have to take the floats back out really quick. Get that screw to go down in there straight, but it takes 2 seconds. Okay, put that pin back in. Oh, and by the way, off camera, I didn't realize the camera wasn't recording. I had adjusted the floats, so those are all set. So again, this spring clip we talked about earlier slides over like that. You'll see a notch right there on the carburetor, and then the bowl goes on. Whoop, there we go. And put those little bolts back in that I had said that I had gotten at the hardware store. They're cheap, but it makes it cleaner and neater. The next guy that works on it will appreciate the fact that he doesn't have to work and fight with stripped out Phillips head screws from 30 different guys working on this thing. And it looks better. Go around, get some, there we go, snug them up, boom, good to go. Let's get it on the bike. Okay, so I didn't want to bore the heck out of you guys, so I went ahead and put the carburetor back on without video in it. It's really straightforward, right? You just screw it back on there, no big deal. Put a new fuel line on it, emptied the bad gas out of it, fuel filter, that kind of stuff. So let's see if it'll start. Who knows? Let's give it a try. Let's see. Key on. That is on. No way. Half a kick. Are you kidding me? That wasn't even with the choke on it. Idle's a little low. Turn that idle up just a bit. It'll warm up and then might have that throttle still a little low, but, pardon me, the idle. You gotta let it warm up. So, well, hope you guys learned something. Hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to share. I got plenty of other bikes and projects I'm working on, and I've decided to start videoing and putting them out there. And if something I do can help somebody, then great. By all means, do I not know everything, but I know plenty from all years of screwing it up. So anyways, hope this video helped. Yeah, please like and share it, and we'll talk to you soon. On to the next video. See ya.